We're rocking live right now.
Yo, back at it again, folks. How everybody doing on this great blessed day that God's blessed us with, people?
Welcome to episode 7 of the Purposeful Talk podcast. This one is titled Family, Focus, and Friendship. So we definitely gonna get into this. This is my cousin, my first cousin, Junior, Andrew Duncan. So I'm gonna let him introduce himself first, man, so y'all can know what he about, and we're definitely gonna interview him and get into these topics, man. So let him know about yourself, man.
Man, what's up, man? Yeah, my family call me Junior, but you know me as my YouTuber name, DrezzyEFTP.
Facts.
What I do, I try to touch as many people's lives as possible through my videos, try to get them motivated and get them to understand that anything is possible despite like what you've been through, like what situation you're in. Like, never quit. Never quit. Always stay determined. Don't never think about what other people are thinking about. Tune in outside noise and just stay focused. What we finna go over today is focus. You know, you gotta stay focused. But hopefully, like, y'all will learn something from this video. We're gonna give y'all as much advice as possible. This video might be long, you know.
It's definitely going
whoever comes to the top of the dome,
we got the water ready. We got the water ready for this one.
Whoever comes to the top of the dome, we're gonna do it, and hopefully y'all will like it. If y'all don't like it, then oh well. You know, you're not.
They gonna like it. Y'all gonna like this one. Hey, this some specialness to it for you for this one, for sure.
Exactly.
All right, so we're gonna get right into it, man. So first and foremost, man, like, where do you credit where you came from and where you are now? Like, where it come from?
All it goes to my God, man. Like, I'm nothing without him. I wouldn't have made it this far without God. Like, the situations that I've been through, even through the fire, like from all the way from my childhood all the way up to now, I would never have made it to this point. I would never have gotten this far to this point. I probably would have been dead in jail or something. Probably wouldn't be making this video with my first cousin, man. You know, but I'm grateful for all the life lessons learned, everything that I've been through, everything that I went through. It's like everything was composed in that video, and it's like when people saw that video. Before people saw that video, everybody was communicating with me. It's like after people saw that video, man, everybody went on hush hush mode. Everybody went on hush hush mode. But I'm going to clarify things. People like seeing the visual aspect without listening to the words behind it. I hope that makes sense. I'm gonna give you an example. When you go to the movies, you like seeing all like the glimmer and glamour on the screen instead of paying attention to the plot or the words, what people are saying, and the breakdown of the climax towards the end. Yeah. And that's what I was trying to get. I was trying to show y'all like the plot of everything I was saying, breaking it down. I wasn't talking about anybody in that video. What I was showing you is everything that I went through. Everything that I went through. And I said it at the beginning of the video. I said, do not take this personal. Just see it through my eyes. And people, what they do, they took it personal. I'm like, dang. It's like it almost got me to the point where I almost got my flesh. I'll be like, you know what, man, scratch that, man. They want to hop in the octagon with me. I know Muay Thai Jiu-Jitsu. Let's go. But I knew.
Wait, so I'm going there with y'all. We go to talk in the middle of
the real talk. and that's the thing. You get that sudden feeling when people are talking behind your back. Like, whether you at your job, whether you going places, whether it's family or friends, you always get that feeling when people talking behind your back. And I said, man, if you got that much energy, man, let's hop in the octagon and see what's up. But I knew for a fact that wasn't Christ-like. That wasn't Christ-like. I would be like, now to the point now, like, what would be the reason you didn't like the video? Or did you go by what somebody else said after they watched the video? You didn't quite hear the words of what I was saying. You just either went by hearsay or something you didn't quite clarify after watching the video of what I was saying. That's what it went through. So now I have to reiterate now and try to clear my name, because some people might be talking behind my back. Some people might call me a narcissist. They might call me a narcissist. Cause a narcissist. Do you see a narcissist in me? Ain't no narcissist in me. But I was just showing you the aspects of the video. That's all I was showing you. That's it. Point blank period. That's all I was showing you was the aspects of the video. That's it. I wasn't trying everybody that was in that video are not strangers to me. Everybody that's in that video had a direct impact in my life. And I'm truly grateful for that. I love each and every last one of y'all that I gave a shout out to. And at the end of the video, if you seen the end of the video, I told everybody, man, I gave them friendly advice as possible. Hopefully we can hang out or whatnot. But hey, to each his own. You know, I'm not taking shots, but dang, don't be trying to throw bricks from your glass house trying to bust me up. I'm like, you sitting in the glass house trying to throw bricks at me. Come on now. Like,
he went in. He went all the way there. Man. He went all the way there right now. So if you all, it's your first time tuning in this channel, make sure you comment, like, subscribe. But make sure you comment, like, subscribe his page as well. What's the title of your page again?
DrezzyEFTP.
Yeah, make sure you all comment, subscribe on that one. So the video he's talking about, if you never seen his channel or anything, he has a full autobiography about his entire life. He literally put everything down on paper. I think it's one of his fastest watched videos, right? Like once you, he posted it, what, 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, right?
I think it was two and a half.
About 2.5 weeks ago. And
that's when all the drama started. We ain't gonna get
he was being very transparent about his life and experiences and stuff. But you would definitely have to go and watch that video, because this kind of would be, I would call it like a sequel in a way. But when you watch that video, it's 2 hours long, but it's definitely knowing him as a person, and understanding what he went through and how he got to where he is today. And right now, you're just getting just a snippet of it, but the 2-hour video is definitely entailed in describing the struggles of life that people go through. Like, I commend him because he talks about things that people are afraid to talk about. Like, he talks about everything that, you know how they talk, you say Brandon Mackey's talked about what you thought about, and that's literally what my cousin is doing. And with that great talent comes great adversity, great hate, which is what he's feeling and stuff like that. So this is one of the parts about these are things, but these are things about your purpose that you like. I know God told me to do this. I know I was meant to be here, but why is all this coming?
Right.
So you reminded me of the time when Steve Harvey, he got the name wrong. He just talking about that in the Safe podcast, and he talking about how all the backlash came just from getting the name wrong. He was like, he said, I told God I wanted to, you know, build my brand and stuff.
Exactly.
But I didn't know you're gonna do it in that way. You know what I'm saying? So like for you did that video, and that video just basically almost really went viral throughout the people that we know and stuff. So and definitely it's gonna more people gonna watch it now. But with that being said, like for me, I've been knowing you my whole life since I was a kid. So this goes all the way back to when I was a child. But for me, I've seen you change and transform your life, and this one today is literally trying to let people understand, like, hey man, like, you don't have to be in your situation you in. You can get out of it at any point. You just got to change your mindset. So like, what clicked for you? For one, what clicked for you? And two, when you was like, man, I gotta stop being the old junior. I need to be the new junior I am today. Right.
Well, believe it or not, we all get our advice from people we watch on TV, whether it's celebrities, friends, whatever. My thing was, like, I used to watch, I'm a huge Tupac fan. You know, I used to watch a lot of Tupac videos, like how he carried his demeanor, how his interviews was powerful, motivational, inspiring. But with me, I said, I want to do it like that, but I want to do it in a way where I could touch people's lives through Christ. You know, that's how everything came about. And it's like that one day it just clicked. You know, I got tired of living the old me. I got tired of, you know, caring about myself instead of other people around me. Because back then, I didn't care about people, man. I care about them, man. I'm just being honest. It's like I had the me complex. I only cared about myself. It was my way or the highway. And I think all of that stemmed from my dad. Shout out to my dad. I still love you there. But hey, I gotta tell you how it is. I think it stemmed from my pops, because he always had this demeanor going, like he always wanted to be right. He never wanted to be wrong. And it's like I was carrying a portion of that, because I too, as I was growing up, was carrying it's my way or the highway, literally. And on top of that, it's like I didn't have good communication skills. My communication skills suck, like even as a kid. So you can imagine all the pain that I went through. It slowly turned into anger. It slowly was eating away at me. So I had to make a change before something had happened to me. You know, before something had happened to the people around me. I had to truly make a change. So I talked to God. I'd be like, God, you got to change me. You got to help me out. Like one day I told God, I'm tired of swearing. You know, I know a lot of us like to swear. It's like one day I literally got tired of cursing. So, and me personally, I curse like a sailor. Like I was dropping F-bombs. Like, cover your ears, cuz I was dropping F-bombs. But the next day, I wasn't cursing at all. Those days turned into a few days. A few days turned into weeks. A few weeks turned into a month. A few months turned into 6 months, 7 months, and so on and so forth. But it all became a process to the point I wasn't swearing at all. But like, it's like when you first like have and develop that relationship with God, it's almost like you taking baby steps. You can't walk before you crawl. You have to crawl first. You have to eat your nourishment before you get to like the actual baby food where you can actually chew. And you go from that baby food to like, you know, you sitting at the table as a little kid, you're able to eat your little Happy Meal, whatever food you eating on, you get from that table, then you start eating like grown person food, like grown man, grown women food, you know, and so on and so forth. But it all starts from a process. And you got to always hold yourself accountable. Don't be pointing fingers at everybody else because you can't get where you need to be. Man. You know, you got to hold yourself accountable. You got to be responsible for what you can do, because God bless us, believe it or not, God bless us with more talent in our hands than we can ever dream of. Everything you see them celebrities do on TV, you can do it as well. There ain't no such thing as can't do it, can't do this, can't do that. Look at all these celebrities that take off. Since YouTube, look how many YouTube celebrities that took off. And it all stems from them because they believe that what they can do. If that person can do it, then I can do it. You know, I never been to the point, I'm to the point now to where, hey, if I see you doing it, then I know I can do it. Look at my cousin. He doing it. He being a motivational speaker. He touching y'all lives. And there ain't no such thing as can't. Now, a lot of people be like, oh, I don't have enough money. I'm doing this. If you see most of my videos, I'm shooting most of my videos from my phone. This how I do it. I make no excuse whatsoever, because at the end of the day, I got to hold Junior or Drezzy accountable. You know, I really got to hold myself accountable for that, man, because at the end of the day, it's like, you can't point the finger at nobody because you ain't get that job. You can't point the finger at nobody because you couldn't fix their relationship or marriage. You can't point the finger at nobody because you're broke. Dive yourself out of that situation. It's like back when Puff Daddy, P. Diddy was talking to Notorious B.I.G. Before he signed Notorious B.I.G. He said, give me $5, and now I walk in that jungle, come back out wearing a chinchilla. Thank you. And you gotta have that demeanor, that mindset. But also you have to put God first. You have to trust God is going to take you where you need to go. Like, just know that the enemy, Satan, is going to do whatever he can to tell you, nah, you can't do this. Oh, no, you can't do that. Or he'll surround you with negative people. And the negative people will probably do that to keep you down on their level instead of expanding. It's like my manager told me, a person somewhere on this earth will pay anything to have your worst day. Take time to understand that. A person will pay anything to have your worst day. Your worst day could be like, say,
getting your car broken into.
Getting your car broken into, exactly. Or, you know, or you like with me, I was broke a few weeks ago because Xfinity took money out of my account. I was in the negatives, you know. But you got to think about those situations, because the people that will pay to have your worst day, they're going through far worse situations than you. Look at them kids like in third world countries, like, you know, struggling to find food. Some of them kids are eating plates of clay. You know, plates made out of clay. You know, kids over here struggling to find money. You know, they making child soldiers. So you really have to be grateful and blessed to where you at, because had it not been for God, ain't no telling where you will be at. You know, you just got to be motivated. You got to keep going, you know.
I know about that, man. That's definitely, you hit it on nail, man. Yeah. You hosting this one, boy. You ain't playing. Now, so like, you right, when it comes to the, like, you have to have your foundation and stuff. When you come to through your foundations and everything go through life, you know, you had a moments where you're like, man, like, I'm trying to get here and get there, but I keep getting, you know, 3 steps back or whatever. Like, what are some of the things you would say, like, were distractions for you that you had to rectify, and then once you rectified them, like, you say your life changed?
Outside noise, I was listening to a lot of what a lot of people were saying. You know, I was trying to follow in within, like, how y'all young people say, the culture. I was trying to follow the culture. And you know, at some point in my life, I had to carve out my own path. You know, I couldn't just keep following people, because you keep following the wrong group of people, you're gonna leave down a long line of despair. You know, and it slowly turns your soul cold and eats away at you when you're following the wrong crowd. You got to be able to follow people that's going to help you in your life instead of people that's going to down your life. I've been through that point. I've been to the point where I was sleeping outside. I didn't have nowhere to go. I didn't have no money in my pocket. I was staring death right in the face. You know, I've been through situations like that, but the thing is, I'm grateful that God has kept me alive this long. Mind you, now I'm only 38 years old. Ain't no telling what else I might do down the line, like, or what else He has in store for me. But everything that I went through was life lessons that I had to go through in order to get where I am. Because if I didn't go through those life lessons, then there wouldn't be no point. There wouldn't be no point whatsoever. It's like a diamond in the rough. You got to carve through the cave to find that diamond. Once you do find that diamond in the rough, you'll be extremely grateful, because you overcame every situation that you've ever been in. Like, even it's almost to the point of you jumping in a 10-foot pool, don't know how to swim without a life preserver. Yeah. You sitting there scratching that claw and trying to go up for air. And that's how the struggle feels. It's like, it almost feels like you getting close to death. But at the same time, you learning every aspect down the line of what you're going through. So that way, when you go through these situations, or when you go through another situation that you went through in the past, you'll be like, oh, I already been through this situation. I already know how to overcome it. But now you don't be to the point to where, oh, I'm tired, man. I can't do this. Like, I had many people come to me, always tell me, bro, I have such and such who is handicapped as well. How do you carry yourself? I'd be like, man, I just, you know, it's all about God. I give God all the glory. You know, without Him, I wouldn't have overcame these situations. But a piece of advice I tell them, and I told another guy this, I think it was Friday, because he was in my apartments, because he got the same thing I got. I said, man, when you're born into this earth, and everybody is not going to like you. Everybody's not going to like you. You have to tune out that noise. You know, you have to go through what God is going to guide you through, because if you keep distracted of all that outside noise, you ain't going to get nowhere. You're going to be like a chicken with his head cut off. You're going to be wandering around in circles everywhere, or like a dog chasing his own tail.
Wandering.
Man,
keyword, man. Wandering.
Right, exactly. And you have to, you know.
Wandering, man.
Once you go down, once you tune in all that noise and stay focused on what God has for you, man, the possibilities are endless, man. Ain't no telling what you can do. You know, you probably touching somebody's life out there, you know, but you know, don't stay focused on the outside noise, man, or what people gotta tell you. Don't listen to Satan, man, because he gonna do whatever he can to keep you down bottom. And when you do get up to the top of that mountain, help people up. Help people up to the top of the mountain with you instead of putting them down. Yeah. Because everybody, we were put on this earth to love one another, support one another, guide one another. You know, touch each other's heart. You know, imagine if I'm gonna take a line from what Tupac said. If this world was evolved not around currency, if it was revolved around like your morals and the way you treat people, this world would be so rich. It would literally be rich if it was down to your morals and the way you treated people instead of currency. Right. So at the end of the day, to me, it's not about money. It's about like how many lives I can touch, how many people I can touch. You know, impact. How many people are gonna watch this video and us impacting this world, man. Instead of like how much money you got. It's like it's not about the money, because at the end of the day, it's like all these celebrities, they got the money, but how many of those celebrities can you say they are impacting young people's lives? They're telling young people to do the right thing instead of the wrong thing. Think about this. You know, think about when you listening to the music you want to listen to, when you listening to what, you know, these celebrities posting on Instagram and stuff. You know, be mindful and hold yourself accountable, man, because like I said, these people, these young kids, I ain't gonna say people, I'm gonna say the young kids, they mimic off their behavior. It's like everything you seeing. I'm gonna take a step back. We might get heat for this, but it's like almost like with the transgender movement. Everything is transpiring. You know, like the way these trans people going into girls' restrooms or locker room. You see what we're going through, and little kids, when they look at that, they think that's cool, that's hip, when it's not cool at all. And it's like this is the world we living in. It's like the social norm now, because if you talk anything wrong about their situation or the transgender movement, they're gonna castrate you. They're gonna try to find ways to arrest you or have you fired off your job. But you have to understand, it's like woe to anyone that causes the little ones to stumble. You have to teach these kids the right and wrong way of doing things. There's a right way and there's a wrong thing. You gotta teach them right from wrong. And now we living in this society where we can't teach the kids like that, because if you try to teach them right or wrong, man, people gonna look at you like you the enemy, like you just shot somebody in the store or something.
Yeah,
you know?
I think that comes down to discernment, man. I think we live in a world now where discernment is given to everybody, even a 3-year-old child.
Yeah.
And a 3-year-old child thinks, you know, eating a cotton ball is okay, right? Yeah. So it's like, so you ain't gonna let me say it. I'm gonna say it. Discernment is given to everybody now. So the world is changing to where everybody has the decision to make, even if you're 5 years old, 4 years old. Yeah. Right now, if you a parent, your 5-year-old knows more than you. You know, the way, in the aspect of how the world is moving. And granted, you're an adult and you know, graduated high school and, you know, live to your 30s and almost 40s, right? Yeah. And your knowledge is not credible for some reason, you know, and I think that's the thing that it comes down to, just a simple conversation. All right, y'all, we back. We back on part 2, man. Part 2 is focus. Part 2 is focus, man.
You might see less laughing in this one, so just
we kind of done with the fun again. I ain't gonna lie. Me and him talk. We just was talking about this, you know, off camera. Focus comes down to what you do. So you do things in your life and you feel like it's not going to be repercussions because you can do it so many times. It's like routine, but that's not necessarily true. Prime example, one of them I talk about is pornography. Off top, pornography, alcohol, and drugs. Them top three. Them the top three things you continuously can do every day, day in, day out, and not feel like it's any repercussions, but it is repercussions every single day you do it. Yeah. It is. You can look it up. I ain't even go down into it, but you can go and you can look it up yourself. Look it up, all what this stuff does to you. Yeah. Off top. Now, I know it is hard to stop stuff when you start it. It is difficult to do because you are doing something. You're talking about 10 years on the end, 20 years, 30 years, whatever the addiction level is. And yes, you have to first admit it that, okay, maybe I'm low-key addicted to it. You know, maybe I drink every day or I smoke every day. And if you do that, okay, that's what you do. But that doesn't mean that it's something that you're supposed to do for the rest of your life. Right. Is it bringing you purpose?
Exactly.
No, not. Is it making you a better person? Nope. No, not. None of that stuff I just said is benefiting your life. Give me that right now. Somebody, please comment the benefits of the 3 things I just said. Besides instant gratification, and then come talk to me. Because it's not. It's not in no way. Right. You do any of that stuff, bro. Masturbate, pornography, alcohol, all that stuff, bro. Instant gratification. And after you do it, you most likely feel what? Lethargic, tired, sad, mad. That's what happens.
Straight facts. That's real talk.
Right? So, if you know that's the result of what's going to happen or what's been happening, why do you continue to do it? Right. You got kids. Why do you continue to do it?
Yeah. Exactly.
You want them to do that too? Bet.
Facts. It's just straight facts. And another thing I want to touch upon, man, is for the people that try to, like, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. You gotta start somewhere where you looking for that job. And this person might not like what I gotta say, but you gotta quit comparing your career with somebody else's career in order to get a certain job, because you gotta start from the bottom and work up to the top, man. You already know what I'm talking about. You already know what I'm talking about. I ain't forget to, but I gotta be real about the situation.
Yeah, okay.
You're so busy trying to compare your career with somebody to get up there that you need to start from the bottom first. When you're trying to compare your career, you ain't gonna never get there. You gotta take, it's like I said in part 1, you have to take baby steps before you're able to walk. You gotta crawl first. You gotta crawl. You don't sit up there and say, oh, if this person got a career, I know I can get it. How you figure? How you figure? What have you done? What groundwork have you laid out?
Facts.
Besides trying to finesse people all day. What groundwork have you set out? Nothing.
Woo!
At all.
Woo!
You have not said nothing. Don't be trying to finesse people, man, to get where you need to go, man. I told y'all in part 1, hold yourself responsible, man.
Yeah.
Because when you started from ground zero, that's when you get the training to get where you need to go. You don't start from the top, man. It's like Drake said, started from the bottom, now we're here.
That's
like
exactly
literally.
what it is.
You gotta start from the bottom, man. You don't sit up there just finesse yourself through life. Oh man, such and such gonna give me a free call. Hey, what world we live in, you getting a free call? What world we living in, you getting a free call?
That's facts. That's facts.
And you ask another question, how you save money. In what world? You was blessed with the necessary skills on how to save money. Look at all these folks that if you watch them commercials, they'll tell you how to invest your money, how to save your money. How can you be a certain age and you still don't know how to save money? Really? Really? That's where we in there. Say less.
Hey, yeah, I mean that's right, because this is something that's applying to so many people right now. A lot of people are in situations in their life right now where they want to be elevated. That's perfectly fine. Have that vision. You want to have a certain life? Great. Do it. Nothing wrong with it. But you have to put in the work.
Fair.
That's it. That's all I ask.
Fair.
Put in the work. Stop trying to find ways to not put in the work to get where I'm at. Like, I'm gonna just, man, hey Junior, man, I got a plan, man. How about this, man? Hey, I wanna start my own grocery store. But you gonna fund it.
The first question I'm gonna ask you. The first question.
You gonna fund it though.
I'm gonna fund it. The first question I'm gonna ask you is what necessary courses or classes are you taking to build this business before I front you on them funds?
Well, see, but the stuff, this is skit. But what I do, you know, I'm working on getting the management certificate, and I'm working on it.
I gotta. It's like I'll put it to you like this. Before, it's like when you go into banks and you try to get a loan. You gotta front a person on like the necessary evidence before they front you on their money. Otherwise, they're not gonna give you their money.
Credibility.
Credibility. Thank you.
Credibility. So you go to anybody, you talk to anybody that has, y'all seen Shark Tank. Those people have money, right? Yeah. So those people that's up there, their credibility is all they got. That's all they got to get the money.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, I'm a starving artist. I've been doing this for 30 years, whatever. That's all they got. And either they give them a shot or not. But the thing about it is, you don't have, your stage is every day. The people you interact with, people you talk to, the people you be around. That's your stage every day on your credibility.
Right.
Every move matters.
Thanks.
Every move matters. Especially when you're over the age of 25.
Yep.
Everything matters. I was just talking to my friend there about that. Every move matters after a certain age. Your youth, yes, enjoy your youth. Enjoy high school. Enjoy school. It's a beautiful thing. Enjoy those relationships. You're going to love what you learn in those ages, even though it may suck sometimes. But when you get older, you're going to be like, man, this is great. Like, look at your activities you're in and stuff like that. Yeah. But after you get a certain age, some stuff got to go. That's in the Bible. Fair. You put away childish things. Facts. Put away the childish things, man. And the top 3 things we just talked about, those are childish things. Yeah. When you tell a kid that's playing with a toy when they 3 and 4 years old and they want to play with it when they 13, what you tell them? Or tell them they 16, they can't play with them no more, right? Right. Same thing with those 3 things. Oh, well, sorry. The eligibility is 21, right? But you know y'all doing it before then. Let's be real. But why? Why? For what? What is he gonna do? You know, and
you're not cool when you're doing it. You're not cool at all.
No, because it's you know, they call culture vultures people that like try to counsel people, but culture vultures really are the people that's saying the stuff outside of it. Yeah. That's really what the culture vulture is. So if you want to call us that, it is what it is. The culture is not conducive to society, bro. The culture is really the reason why we in from recession. You want to be real?
Facts.
If you want to be honest, you doing everything outside. You doing everything in the culture, right? Keep doing the culture way, see what happens.
Yo.
Keep running yourself in debt, see what happens. Keep not managing your money, see what happens. See what that money that you spent on alcohol, how you could have invested it in Robinhood or stocks or whatever. See what they could have did there.
Facts.
I ain't in the Bible. You probably explain it more than me. I ain't about. Didn't God give money to 3 dudes and one dude put it in the ground? Other dude did. You know, you elaborate on that real quick.
It was one dude. It was 3 dudes. One dude he gave I think he gave like 10,000 scoring, and he told God that he took it to invested in him so he could get back double. He said, "Well done, faithful servant." Yep. The second dude, he had 5,000. He went and invested God money, and God said, "Well done, faithful servant." Yeah. When he got to the third dude was saying like, God, I didn't invest your money because I didn't afraid I was going to get back double, so I'll put it in the ground. That ain't right. And God called him out for that. He said, take what you just planted and give it to the first server that had 10,000 scored. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying with this? Yeah. So you have to learn to invest your finances. Otherwise, you're gonna be living without a paddle. You're gonna be in a boat, asking for help, and nobody gonna be around to help you. Yeah. So you really have to look at that. You really have to understand like what society we in, man. Because at the end of the day, whether you going to the mall, whether you online, everything is like one big advertisement. All they doing to you is flashing stuff at you. Buy me, buy me. That's all they doing is buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me. Now it's okay to buy things, but only if you got it. If you do not got it, do not front it. If you don't got it, don't front it. Literally.
Another rule of thumb, if you can't buy it twice, don't get it. Ain't that
right.
You can buy 2 M&Ms, can't you?
I'm gonna tell you what some of the richest people in the world are. When you see them walking in the store and they got like a backwards cap on, a button-up shirt, and flip-flops and cargo shorts. Them some of the richest people ever. You know why? Because they not spending their money like that. They investing in it. What our generation, no, I'm not gonna say our generation. What most of us black people do, we buy name brand stuff, man. We not trying to invest in things. Then to make things worse, when we see that person have that stuff, we want to steal it from them. And that's another thing we're in a society now where, man, we might well call this society grand theft auto. It's like people call this stealing stuff, robbing stuff. Man, would shoot you for a bag of chips.
They just broke into my car today. Facts. You know, like you just said, man, like we live in a world now, and back to the scripture, right? Yeah. The ground is symbolic because back then you have to, especially when it comes to biblical times, all this stuff is related to nature and earth. The ground is really the alcohol, the cigarettes, you know, all of this stuff like this. That's the ground. It's not building anything. It's not doing anything to make sure that, hey, you know, there's security and stuff like that, you know. Yes. So. But this message is mainly just to make you aware. It's a no, and you go from there. You know, and you practice. Hey, if you drinking 5-6 times a week, hey, narrow it down to 2 or 3 or 1. Right. You know, it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time to get to where you want to go, but you got to put in the work to do it.
Right. Exactly.
Work ethic is key. That's it. There's no way around it, because one thing, like I said in my last video, one thing what's gonna happen is it's gonna reflect. Yep. When you get older, it's gonna reflect. So you either gonna do it now, or they gonna make you do it later.
Right. Exactly. It's almost like when you was in elementary, when you was in middle school, you was in high school or something like that. You know, you fought tooth and nail to get good grades. What is the difference now that you grown up? You fighting tooth and nail now to get where you need to go, to pay your bills. You know, if you have kids, to make sure they got food in their bellies, a roof over their head, clothes on their back. You know, you fighting tooth and nail. It doesn't stop it doesn't stop after high school, man. After high school, you got the grades. Okay, you done. No, man. You giving those tools to take it out to the real world where you have to pay bills, you have to live on your own and stuff like this. So you got to fight tooth and nail to get where you need to go. And you really can't point the finger at nobody, because at the end of the day, the only person you can hold yourself accountable is yourself. That's it. You gonna hold yourself accountable.
Yep. And once you do that, your life is gonna reflect too, like we said. But those are like the key pieces, man. Far as focusing, like eliminating those bad habits. Like it's a lot of bad habits that you know what your bad habits are. It may not be the 3 things we said. It may be something else you're doing. Yeah. But you know what's distracting you from your purpose. And just work on eliminating it, man. Because you got so much life to live out here. The sun's shining, you can run, you can walk, you can do anything productive to help your mental state, your physical state. You can do something to improve yourself. I know the work is hard, man.
It is.
But you got it. But you got to know first. Know so you can do better.
Yeah.
So that's what we is. So now we got to get into the nitty gritty.
Oh boy, here we go.
I'm going to drink some water for this one.
Man.
Relationships.
I can't work with this kind of stupidity.
I know, right? We supposed to be family. We supposed to be family, man. So, relationships, man. My for you, because like you said, man, you're 38, right? Mm-hmm. So my perspective with the question I'm about to ask you is more so from the longevity piece of it, for one, and two, how do you feel about it now? But my first question I ask, man, like, out of all the relationships you've been through, do you do one? Do you feel like every single one of them you learned something from? And then two, if you did, well, since you probably did, why do you feel like now, like, okay, I'm in a space now where whoever is for me can come at any time and I'm automatically gonna be prepared?
Because with those relationships, like back when I was in my younger early 20s, I didn't have the necessary communication skills. Like I said, I lacked communication. You know, the only time me and a few of my exes, like the only time we talk is when we argue. You know, because I had the anger issues. I was lacking communication. And a lot of times it's like I wasn't ready at the time, you know, and it stems back to where everything that I transpired, everything that I've learned. My sister taught me when I was 21, she said, if you do something for a woman, do it out of the kindness of your heart. Don't do it expecting something in return. And ever since then, I've carried that life lesson with me. Shout out to you, Marissa Rodriguez. Even though I'm trying to contact you every time I don't hear from you, but that's we'll say that for another time. But everything that I learned up until now, it's like it's been a life lessons, you know, and I'm grateful for life lessons, even though most of them life lessons was heartbreaking, even though it was difficult. Like, you know, when you madly fall in love with somebody and then you find out that they don't want to be with you, that they went somebody else and got another child by somebody else, that you want the lifestyle that you wanted, it's like damn. I got shot in the head. Like, it's like that's the way it is. It's like, man, you just poison my heart, man. Let's continue. Yeah. But like I was saying, it's like you didn't give me a heads up. But one thing I know for certain is like a lot of these relationships, God has gave me like showed warning signs and give me red flags on every situation. But it's like with us as human beings, it's like we never take heed of the red flags because we're so madly in love. You know, you want that fairy tale relationship, marriage, you want all of that, but at the same time, that stuff comes with growth. So now, when you first meet somebody, you have to be to the point to where you got to ask them, you like personal questions. Like, what me and you went, when you was driving, you like saying, y'all read this book, and like, you ask a girl where they gonna be 5 or 10 years from now. Yeah. You know, how good of a relationship do they have with the Lord? Yeah. You know, you have to ask them kind of questions. Man, it's easy to ask a girl what's their favorite food and all this other stuff. Oh my God. Yeah, but ask them the crucial questions like, what are you doing? What are you looking for in a relationship? Mm-hmm. Like, what can you do to have a relationship to build? Because if you depend on me, you bring money. Like, what are you bringing to the table then? You know, I hope it's not just sex then, because if that's the case, I mean, we have prostitutes. No, I did this a family video. This a family video. I'm just joking. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Everybody.
You just said no vices.
We just joking. We just playing now. Just playing. But, yo, it's like you want the right person. You don't want the wrong person. You want the woman that has wife material. You don't want it. I'm going to tell you like this. You want the right one, not the right now. If that makes sense.
Ooh,
You want the right one.
Say it slow.
You want the right one, not the right now.
Woo.
You know, the right now is temporary. But the right one is 20 and 30 years down the line. That's the type. You want that Proverbs 31 woman. That's the woman you want. You don't need the L Cool J. I need a around the way girl. You don't need that girl. No, that girl you don't need. I don't want that girl either. I've been with 2 men around the way girls.
For the streets.
It's for the streets. That's real talk.
That's deep though. Like especially the first part you're talking about, because I remember experiencing it firsthand, man. When I was younger, I was dating my first love and stuff, and seeing that she was living a life, that I aspired to have with her, right? And that hurt. Like it hurt. It was like, oh my gosh. But when it happened, it was weird. It was like, dang, like, was it a soul tie or whatever? Like, it's been years, so long between it. Like, why did this happen? And when I finally understood, I was like, you know what? The thing about it is, bro, that person moved on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Did they what they do? And since they did that, that means that I have to too, right?
Right.
And most of the times, which is y'all not gonna hear this, but I'm saying it anyway because my cough just keep kicking in. Y'all don't want to hear this, but she ain't thinking about you, bruh. That's it. She ain't thinking about you. She not, bro. You over here like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she leaving me by myself. She not.
It also goes to women as well. Like, dude ain't thinking about you whatsoever.
Exactly, man. If they actions gonna show you both sides. Both sides. Actions will prevail. Stop going on what these folks saying. They can say anything in the world, but what they do is different. What they do is different. If you ask them for something, ask them to go out, whatever it is, and they show up, cool. But if they don't, they show the level of respect they got for you. That's on both ends, and I think now we're in a society where everybody feel that they have to be respected, which is perfectly fine. But it also leads a lot of people being single.
Right.
So that most, the people that are mostly consumers are the single people.
Facts.
So if you're single and you're not merging income with somebody, you spending the most money.
Yep. That's straight facts. And I get tired. Some of these people end up dating other people that ain't got no job or nothing.
Oh, don't start that.
I'm like, bro, really? Dang. I mean, I'm sitting over here. I'm one of the nice guys. I got the car, the job, and I got all that stuff. But it's like you rather settle with the guy that doesn't have anything. Like.
But you think about it is they don't feel like they settling. They feel like that's what they deserve.
Right.
So they don't deserve a good guy. They don't deserve a guy that's acting on his purpose, on his grind, got a relationship with God, knowing that he's about to go somewhere in life, knowing that he's above reproach. They don't deserve it. So that's why they date those people that are low vibrational, that doesn't have knowledge, not resourceful, don't have money, because they like their life.
Right.
And I know a lot of women want to have a man just financially fortified and all this other stuff, but then they like the toxicity of the dude that ain't doing that. They like the argument stuff. They like the drama. It just gets something in them. Like, oh my gosh, he's arguing again. Thank you.
They start getting with a nice person. They be like, oh, he too nice. They too nice. I be like, well, then you don't want no marriage material then.
No, they confusing nice for peace. That's what it is.
That's probably right.
You confusing nice with peace.
Yeah.
If a dude you talking to treating you right, talking to you correctly, not being respectful, that's a peaceful dude, and you don't like peace. So if you don't like peace, choose toxic.
Right. Exactly.
And then when you become 45 and all that, and your life is you still single, whatever it is, it's because you just like, okay, well, I want the toxic stuff.
Right. Quit listening to that pimp named Sleepback, man. Quit listening to him, bro. Stop.
Please. But I think they come down to the core too. I also think that you may agree with me, the relationships that we're not in anymore, God protected us.
Right. Facts. That's straight facts.
From something. We don't know necessarily what it would have been. And sometimes we do know what it is. We do know the red flags. But when you're not in those relationships, especially if they leave you, or you leave, it's because God protecting you from it.
Right.
Because like I said, it come down, like we talked about, to discernment.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
that's so true too, man. That's so true.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it earlier, but like transitioning to a little bit to the friendship piece. Like, when did you start to change your circles, people that you were around and hung around, and what they did, and when did you make this shift?
Well, like I said, when I truly gave my life to Christ, I think I was 33. It's like I started looking at life a whole lot differently. I started, viewing how the way I live and stuff, and it's like everything started coming slowly. It's like God, like, really just started isolating me away from people that might do me some harm, and surrounding me with people that, could potentially uplift me every single time. That's why most of the time y'all gonna see me around family, because that's when I'll be around family. Like, I literally don't have hardly no friends now. Like, I can truly say, man, before I started following Christ, I had so many friends. It's like, once I started following Christ, man, the friend, man, the only friends I got now is Facebook. Like, literally. If we being honest, I have not hung out with no friends other than my family. Outside, unless we talking about Best Buy coworkers, but this Best Buy coworkers. But as far as friends from Facebook, no. It's like I've only hung around like family. That's it. It's like, man. It's like the lifestyle I once lived, the behavior, the people I used to hang around. It's like going from like how we spoke to y'all on part 1. You hang around the right crowd, a different path gonna be carved out. You hang around the wrong crowd, there's gonna be consequences with it. It's all about hanging out with the right crowd, with the wrong crowd, because the wrong crowd is like, they're gonna do whatever they can to bring you down, or say something negative, or say, man, that you going, even asking them for advice. They ain't gonna give you the right correct advice. I guarantee you, they not gonna do that.
And they're not gonna help when you in need too sometimes.
Facts.
Because they may be in a worse situation than you. So when you change your circle, you start to see the difference, like you're talking about. Like,
right.
Your circle of influence is huge. Your circle of influence is really the 4 or 5 people you're around or talking to the most. Yeah. That's your circle of influence. So if your circle of influence are full of people that are doing stuff with their life, most likely that should happen for you. Most likely. Yeah. It's a 1% out there, but most likely it'll happen. But if not, if you have a situation where everybody is not on their level and not doing what they need to do, then everybody gonna do the same thing. Right. Years on end, and it's not gonna stop. So at that point, you have to make a decision on when you want to change your life. Right. Like you said, 33, you want to change his life. He changed his life for the better.
And on another note, all the men and women, if you're on a dating app, stop looking for friendships. Stop looking for friendships. That's what Facebook is for. That's what social media is for. If you're on a dating app, do not look for friendships, because you're wasting people's time.
So they can't get an app just to say hi?
No, that's what it's called, dating. You're trying to get to know a person and see where it goes, man. We live in a society. But I just want friends. I'm like, dang.
But sometimes women say friends like to be like, this is what they want their relationship to be.
And that's what happened to me last time. Me and my neighbor was talking everything. Like, I was seeing the marriage, the white picket fence, the house, and all that. What she was seeing was just a friendship. And I'm like, dang, we doing all this dating stuff. We still friends? Man. She wanted to be just friends, like the movie.
Stop. We definitely get into that, because their friend zone is overrated. Man,
their friend zone ain't no joke, bro. I got friend zone so many times, man. I'm like Mr. Rogers right now. My time a shoe up and everything. Won't you be my neighbor?
Let me go get your sweater from the dog real quick. So friend zone, man, I think this is for men and women, but mainly it happens to men more than women. I'm sorry, it just does. It does. So for the men out there, man, when you get friend zone, you have to treat her like one of your guy friends. That's the best way I can put it. Yeah. Treat her like one of your guy friends. If you go out here and you be paying for all your friends' food and all that stuff, your homeboys, then you I don't know what type of dude you are. You just a good giver. But most time you're not doing it, right? So like, just treat her like a friend, because what normally happens is when men get in the friend zone, they find a way to like sway the woman and date her to where he can get out of it, and it's not worth it. Right. If somebody see you on top and they say, "Hey, they want to be friends with you," bet.
Right.
That's it. You know, that's it. Like you say, you come back later telling me you want to be more than my friend. At that point, and I done moved on or whatever, I'm not gonna entertain it because you said I'm a friend.
Exactly.
So it's something in my quality that you felt wasn't worth being with. Same thing about being the next. It's something that person thought that you didn't provide or didn't do. Exactly. So they thought they could find better. So they gambled. Yeah. And you gambling, your gamble is weird now because we're in a recession. People got kids. So whole range of things going on right now. So your gamble is really, really high because you get somebody that's good and you gamble on them, you may not find a good person.
You're right.
Somebody that's willing to reciprocate, willing to give, willing to advise and all of that. You may not get that. Yeah, so like we talk about with the friend zone, man, like you just gotta, you have to treat them like your homies. So you have to
quit. Another thing, man, quit watching these movies and TV shows, man, that teach y'all how to run a relationship and stuff. Cause you know, back when me and you were growing up, we grew up on shows like Family Matters, like The Cosby Show. We grew up on shows like I want to say Good Kids. Yeah, My Wife and Kids, Good Times, stuff like that. It showed you how, you know, how a household was being run, how family's supposed to be, how when you get there, when guys get their first girl, when women get their first guy, you know how it's supposed to be. You know, you like this, like love at first sight type stuff. But now it's like this society has no mercy now. Like literally, all these TV shows teaching you it's okay to have more than one person, date more than one, you know, individual. You know, sleep around with multiple individuals. Like it's like my cousin said, each time you sleep with somebody, that's a soul tie right there. You basically being married to the person once you sleep with them. That's why you have to be careful because you want that right person. Because having sexual activity with that individual, it builds strong feelings with that person. And you really have to be careful because you want that right person. You don't want the right now. You want the right one. That way, you'll know for a fact because y'all would one day get married, have kids, and then some more. You will build that foundation with that person. You don't want a person that's temporary and doesn't mean any well for your well-being.
Yep, you don't want that. But the thing about it is, like we talked about earlier, your vices in life, you eliminate them, you attract a different person.
Facts.
You won't attract the people you're attracting now. And the sad part about it is, honestly, to be real, I think like dudes out here be thinking they be, you know, real deal, like dating some like real bad women when they really not. What I mean by it is like look at their lifestyle. It's not based on their looks. Look how they look at their lifestyle. Look at their circle of influence. Look at their people they're around. They're hanging around. What they doing? You know what I'm saying? What they doing? Are they over here? You know, just gossiping on the phone, not doing nothing. You know, barely working. You know, whatever. What they doing? You know, are they out in the clubs? Are they all twerking on Instagram? You know, what are they friends doing? That's what you need to worry about because you can see some girl that you may think is bad, but look at her circle and how she move. And they do the same thing for us. Look at our circle and how we move. You see how we move every day, especially if you active on social media. You see what I'm doing. You see what I'm doing. With any dude, any woman, they both get let you know through social media what they doing.
I'm finna get real deep with y'all on this one. You know how like most of them thirsty guys be seeing like like that girl on Instagram shaking her tail or whatnot. How would you feel if you saw your sister or your mama like that? How would you act if you saw one of your aunties doing that? How would you act?
Let's get deep. Your daughter.
Yeah, exactly. Your daughter. How would you feel if you saw your daughter doing that? You see what I'm saying? That's deep.
You can't have selective outrage, right? You don't have selective outrage. No. If you twerking on the ground and all that for attention, your kids gonna be twerking on the ground for attention. They gonna do what you do. Like he just told you. He said my father had influence on my life. That we just said. Your parents had influence, period. Don't act like you don't. You do. I don't care what side to say. You got influence regardless of what the world's saying. You got influence on your child. What you doing? What you are you making sure you spending time with your child? Are you making sure that you helping them with homework? Are you making sure that you understanding them and making sure you know how they day going, how school going? Like, are you doing that? Are you investing in your child? That's your seed, right?
Straight facts. That's 100 right there.
Are you doing that though? or are they just raising themselves at YouTube University? Ooh. You know what it is. But when they get older and they tell you what was wrong, don't be mad about it. Do not be mad about it. When they say, hey, I feel like you weren't there, bro. I feel like you weren't there, Pop. I don't feel like you were there, Mama. I don't feel like you were there. If they say that, don't be mad.
Right.
Don't be mad about it. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to reflect and be like, as a parent, reflect. Yeah, I was outside all the time. Yeah. I was barely home. I did do this. I did do that. And you over 30 at this point. Over 40 by the product time this happened, right? Right. And now you gotta look at it like, man, I really didn't invest in my children like I should. And it's not about the money either. It ain't about the money. It ain't about the Jordans. It ain't about the Yeezys. It ain't about the party buses, all this other stuff. Right. It ain't about the birthday. It ain't about none of that. Right. Because those things are automatic. That's on top what you do as a parent. Right. You do that automatically. Fact. We talking about stuff that's outside of it. So you got to do what you got to do to better your child's life. Yep. And be the example. The message going to get out. But be the example, man, because you are an example not to just your children, but your children talk about you at school. Fact. Hey. Fact. My mama was outside this weekend. Fact. My mama was. Facts. My mama was writing a book this weekend. My mama was doing YouTube content this weekend. My mama had a guest on her podcast. Facts. That's what they doing. Facts. So what you want them to say about you? What you want them to say? What's going to be your legacy for your kid? What's going to be up on the wall to be proud about? Facts. You know what I'm saying? What is that? It can't just be, oh, she celebrated every birthday I had. No. It can't be, oh man, she gave me these pair of shoes one time. Just, man, it was so impactful to my life that, you know, I just forgave everything she did because these shoes just everything. These shirts was everything. The clothes, you're supposed to clothe your kids. You're supposed to feed your kids. It's a responsibility. Yep. Do not be acting like the fact that you raised somebody that I owe you some. Right, exactly. You did what you supposed to do. That's facts. And granted, we're not parents, and I ain't act like we are. But what I can say, we've had parents, and we know what things that parents do that can improve our lives. Yep. Facts. That's it. We can't choose the family we in. Yep. You know, some people say sometimes, yeah, you know, when you're a child, you choose your family, but in this situation, your family is here, and all that you can do, man, is nourish it, man. Like, if you really invest in your children, you will see what happens. Like, look at Jason Tatum, bro. Jason Tatum mama is one of the smartest women I know. Yeah. This man is living off of his endorsement money. That's smart. No NBA contract, no NBA money, just endorsement money. Now, mind you, when he was younger, obviously his mom was investing time and effort into this man. Do you think his mama was at the club every weekend? Nope. She had to go to AAU games, right? Yep. Do you think she was really out here twerking on the ground? Nope. No, because she knew that one day her son is going to be in the NBA. Facts. Jason Tatum got pictures with LeBron, right? When he was a kid. Yep. That's because she changed his circle of influence automatically as a parent. She saw what other kids were doing and was like, okay, my son is a baller, so I'm put him in the baller area. I'll put him in AAU. Even though I know it costs more money, I'll put him there because this is where most likely he'll get from the NBA. He had to get that you know, discipline and all that. Right. Exactly. Parent made that decision. Right. So I think for me, mom put me in football, put me in different organizations and stuff at a young age. I don't know nothing about them, right? But I'm in them. I was in football. Mind you now, we talking about athletes that we influence. We're not talking about athletes with the last name starts with an M. We're not gonna speak on this subject. I don't even want to even talk about But this prime example though. What you doing, bro? Yep. What your daddy doing, bro? Facts. What is your daddy doing? Facts. What is he doing? What is it? What is it? What is it? We lost $300 million because of a decision that you made. We done lost 300. We finna lose another 200. finna lose another deal because of me not being a dad.
Yep.
Period. What I just said, bro, Jason Tatum ought to change their mind, change his environment. Put them like, hey, we ain't in the hood over here. You light skinned with curly hair. You over here. Hey, you light skinned with curly hair. He over there.
Facts.
He over there.
Facts.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's a parent, bro. Period.
Yep.
You see these folk out here doing this stuff, and I don't really care at this point. I'm not bashing nobody. I'm letting you know the importance of your role. That's all I'm saying. You can't be on TV saying, oh man, he don't listen to me, blah, blah. All right, well, just say it then. And get on his nerves. Get on his nerves. My mom used to get on my nerves, but she be saying some facts.
Yep.
You get on my nerves, but she say facts. Yep. Parents, that's what you do. You supposed to say it so they get on their nerve. Hey, stop with the gun. Hey, get the gun out your hand. Get the gun in your hand. Stop playing with the gun. Stop playing with the gun. You want to lose some money? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Then eventually, it'll stop.
Yep.
Because you're gonna get tired of hearing it.
Right.
You could be away so long, but you're gonna pick up the phone when your parent call. You're gonna text them back.
Exactly.
So, for me, in my perspective of that, circle of influence, parenthood. That's it.
Yep.
I am an NBA player, right? I'm protected. I'm supposed to be protected. So the people I'm around and my parents should have my best interest.
Facts.
So if my parents not giving me discernment enough to be like, hey, get away from that dude, I'ma just keep doing it.
Right. That's 100.
I had friends.
That's 100.
When I was younger, mom was like, hey, yeah, he do this, that, but, is he influencing you?
Right.
Question was, hey, was he doing this and that? Was this happening in their relationship? Are we still friends today? I'm gonna let y'all answer this. No. So, and I'm 30 years old.
Facts.
So, that should let you know why a parent is important in the path of a child's life. So, when we're looking at what's happening to me and all this other stuff, like we're talking about friendships, right?
Yeah.
When your friendship costs you money like that, costs you generational wealth like that, just cut that.
Yeah, it's over for it.
That's it.
It's over for it.
And now you finna lose off half of a season probably, right? There's more money gone.
Yep.
Hey, you wanna join the military? Just say that, bro. Hey, you wanna do that? And I'm a huge fan, bro.
Right.
I'm a huge fan, but I'm not. And the thing is, I ain't said nothing about you or your decision. I talk about your circle influence, your parenthood. I ain't say nothing about you. That's the facts, because if those two people doing their job,
yep,
we won't be here.
Facts on everything. On everything.
And we can go down to the accountability.
People would love to be in your shoes, man.
Yeah.
Love to be in your shoes.
Exactly.
That ain't the way to go, though, man. That is not the way to go.
It ain't. I mean, we are in Memphis, granted, but that ain't it, bro. And like we saying, bro, that's prime example on circle influence and parenthood, and we went. I don't know how we got to this. Yeah. But yeah, y'all. This coming to an end, y'all.
I blame it mostly on like social media, because one thing about celebrities, they do not have no private life whatsoever. They always in the paparazzi's eyes every single time. Everything you do on social media will be accounted for. Everything you say on social media will be accounted for. That's the price of being a high-paid celebrity, regardless of what you're doing. Mm-hmm. When you're at that level, it's certain things you can do and certain things you can say, but you can't just live the lifestyle that you once lived. You cannot say the things that you used to. You gotta be really careful, because people would nitpick the narrative to make you look bad. And that's everything. That's on everything. But it's I give you another example of what Jonathan Major's going through. He going through something right now, but they have all the evidence now to show you that he's not doing guilty, nothing like that. He's not guilty. But at the flip side, you got more individuals just coming out of nowhere saying stuff what he used to do. But my thing is if you had a problem with this man doing this stuff, why wait till last minute till he's on top of the world? You trying to demean his character when he's on top now. When he was at the bar, if he was a regular person, I guarantee none of this stuff would be talked about. None of it would be talked about. And that's the thing that's going on in the world. Even when Bill Cosby, they built that case with Bill Cosby. Y'all wait to this man, good and old, to talk about what he did in the past. And that's another thing. So many people are focused on the past that they don't see what the person has accomplished in the present or in the near future. You so focused on the man's past. Everybody has a past. Every single person has a past. Imagine if God just focused on your past right now and he showed it in the sky for everybody to see. How would that make you feel? Think about that. Before you judge somebody else, think about what your past was, how your past used to be, how you reacted back in the past. I'm gonna let my cousin have it because I know I said too much. It might step on people's toes, but I said too much.
Hey, I had to cut it off. Hey, we can go there though. So, what do you? I'm put it like this, man. Cancel culture. I'm gonna say this. Cancel culture is a state of mind. I said it.
Facts.
What I mean by that is, man, the reason why I say state of mind is because the stuff that's happening now, I feel that if people not understanding what's happening, 10 years later from now, you're going to be behind.
Yep.
You're going to be behind. Because now, at first, the world we lived in was foundational on what was on the back of the dollar bill.
Yep.
What it say? In God we trust. In God we trust, right?
In God we trust.
That's on the dollar bill.
Yep.
Currency that we have.
Facts.
You know, it got so crazy that our currency is going to be flipped upside down.
Yep. Exactly.
But it had a gold standard in the beginning.
Yep. I'm going to give y'all a heads up. We're going to go to a cashless society soon. For all y'all that don't know what's going on, mind you now,
No, they know.
A year and a half, the United States already created the first U.S. digital dollar. Why I tell you? Paper money gonna be worthless. That's why we've been talking about this for long, is invest in your money while you can, because in the long run, it's gonna be worthless.
This is the scariest time for the world financially. This is why in the beginning of this video we kept talking about the ground episode, the ground story in the Bible. We also talked about your vices, because if it isn't rectified, your life is going to change drastically before your eyes, because you're not putting yourself in position. If you put yourself in position and put your head down, you'll be able to survive this. But the world is going to be literally catastrophic, because it's going to get to the point the person is making $1 million a year right now will be making $400,000 a year. Ooh. That's basically the best way I can put it. And I may be a little off by it, but from the worth of the dollar, from what it is now, if it goes and reverts, we looking at 50% or less. So whatever you make now, half. Whatever it is now, half.
Facts.
So, like I said, we don't know the timing of it, nothing like that, but prepare yourself.
Yep.
Because if you don't, if you keep focusing on what's on social media, focusing on cancel culture, you will be distracted. Because one thing I do know, I have yet to see a status that was posted that had like 3 million shares of likes talking about this.
You have yet to see it.
And this is this is the most important thing that's going on in America right now.
Yep.
And you outside turning up. Okay. Keep it going. When you do this, when you decide not to do this, to do this, you're going to start seeing the changes. And the changes will be, for one, your finances. Your finances will change once you stop doing this stuff.
Yep. Facts.
You're going to start seeing changes in the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you interact with people, the way people respect you. He can attest to this too. Once you change your environment, once you actually make decisions change your life will reflect. And if you don't, you have to live with it later on. But But the choice is yours. We just here to put the word out there.
Facts.
But that's the biggest thing. Like you said, cashless is a thing. I know you all have been seeing it. I know people in different parts of the world that may be watching this, like, y'all may got fully automated stuff going on where y'all, I just seen it online where they do everything online. McDonald's coming, the robot coming out already.
Yep.
I mean, the robot come out with the drinks or whatever it is. So at this point, man, we live in a society where America can become, they said, Venezuela.
Yep.
So they said.
Or China. Because China is cashless. You can't use cash.
China, but they got money though.
You can't use cash, and China, they gonna look at you crazy. You try to use paper money.
Yeah, and like, China not in debt though. U.S. in debt.
Facts.
That's the big difference.
Facts. 100.
So cash is with money, and cash is debt. Two different things.
Facts.
The person that owes somebody never can be king.
Yep.
Never. And that's where we at now.
A little bit.
Yeah, so I hope these tidbits brought something to y'all. I hope the stuff we talked about was inspirational. I know that we talked about a lot of different subjects in this episode because it just led to it. We did not. I texted them. I told them we were gonna talk about it. And we went everywhere with it. But we accomplished the stuff that need to be talked about because I feel like now we're in the era of content creation. But like he told me offline, man, like, hey, go in, like, I mean, it's your platform, whatever you want it to be, whatever it is, what it is, and that's true. So I feel like we in a content era now where people don't want to say certain stuff because it makes to touch on toes or whatever. Exactly. And I'm here to stomp on them, man, because this stuff got to be said. Because if I don't say it, who will? Okay, this other person that's got YouTube maybe, but not a lot of people don't want to do it, man. It's just where we at. And make sure y'all go like, comment, subscribe. His page, DrezzyEFTP for the people, man. And go watch that video we talked about. You need to watch that first, really, before you watch this one. It's like the sequel. So watch the first movie first, then come back here, and you'll see who he's talking about. Thanks. And make sure y'all comment and stuff. And other than that, y'all,
make sure y'all subscribe to him as well, man, because he's touching a lot of y'all lives, man. He's speaking straight facts. You need to listen.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, mine too, man. Definitely, because this is this one definitely is for the books, man. Definitely my longest podcast episode. Yeah, I text you that. I said,
now you listen to this. You listen to this podcast like. You heard his words, but did you really hear him?
Yeah, did you hear him?
Did you hear him? Did not hear him? Did you hear him?
Yeah, because you gotta want to do the change, bro. You gotta want to. But honestly, for me and him, I'm speaking on behalf of him because I know he got the same mentality. We just want the world to be a better place, man. Right. And we know that we changed our lives and became better and improved ourselves and failed and came back up multiple times.
Facts.
But we know that the process is the process. We just want you to start your process.
Right.
Like we told you in the beginning, hey, you drink alcohol every day? Okay, cool, man. But just bring it down to 2 or 3, dog. Bring it down. You smoking 18 blunts a day, 18 blunts a week. Hey, man, bring it down to 2 blunts a week, man. Like, this, you have to make the small changes. You're not going to go cold turkey. Not going to go cold turkey. But you definitely got to try to make the change to get better, man. Because once you do that, you're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to feel good to wake up Saturday morning to walk outside. Yeah. You're going to feel good to be on Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon with your cousin talking about whatever I want to talk about. Feel in a good state.
Right.
That's what you want to be.
And check up on your family members, man. Like I said, we're not promised tomorrow, man. All my cousins, man, check up on each other. See how each other doing, man. You check up on your mom and dad. You know, check up on every single person, man. Like I said, we're not promised tomorrow. Nobody else. We're just living for the day. So check up on people, man. Love a person, man. You know, it's cool to reach out. It should take you no more than 2 or 3 minutes. You got 24 hours in a day. You can't be that busy with this 24 hours in a day. None of us can. So just check up on somebody.
Yeah, exactly. And time is so different now.
Yeah.
There's nothing. I think I saw a video with something about one of my friends sent me. He was talking about how, like, at first it took like maybe like a week or something to like send some mail or something. It take a while, and now to send some mail take like two minutes, right? Yeah. Like time is different. You can really have 3 days in one day,
right?
If you break it down, right?
Y'all really can't be saying y'all doing anything busy now because, man, everywhere you go now, somebody's shooting up something. So that's why I be in the house. I ain't trying to be out here, man, around these
around these lunatics. I'm not trying to
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's 101 days, something what they call it.
Facts.
Yeah, but y'all, man, y'all be good, man. Y'all be easy. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe both our pages. Y'all see them down at the link. Make sure y'all comment below. Definitely say if y'all liked it. If y'all didn't, what y'all didn't like, put that on there too. We know. It is what it is. We gonna comment. We gonna reply back to you. All this stuff, because we all need to have a conversation about all this stuff we talked about. But yeah, make sure y'all definitely do that. And last but not least, man, stay purposeful and keep going.
Y'all take it easy, man. Don't forget to get right with Jesus.
Peace.
We out.
Peace out.